Everyone talks about vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. But almost no one talks about something that changes everything: your ability to say what you feel in the moment you feel it. And I'm not talking about speaking beautifully. I'm talking about speaking for real, even if it's with the simplest words you know. What almost no one tells you is this: fluency doesn't start when you learn new words. It starts when you stop hiding the words you already know. Most people don't freeze because they don't know English. They freeze because they're afraid to show what they feel using the English they have. And that's why confidence never comes. If you've ever understood everything in a conversation but stayed silent because you couldn't think of the perfect sentence, this video is for you. Here you'll learn to feel, think, and speak without chasing perfection. And you'll see why expressing emotions is one of the fastest ways to become fluent. First, feel before you speak. You're in front of someone. They're looking at you, waiting for your answer. Inside, your body hesitates. The nervous feeling comes before any words, and your mind starts searching for sentences. But before you rush to find the right English, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath. Feel exactly what's happening inside you. Is it anxiety, curiosity, happiness? Naming that feeling, even silently, is the first step to making your words real. As you breathe, notice how the feeling changes your body. Shoulders tense, short breath. This is where fluency begins. Not with perfect pronunciation, but with clarity about what you feel. When you know what you want to express, words stop being just sounds. They carry intention. And if the sentence doesn't come out complete, that's fine. What matters is giving shape to your emotion. Try it now. Breathe deeply. Feel what's there. Let it come out in English. It can be simple: I'm nervous, or I'm happy. Don't try to decorate it. Don't try to impress. Just let your feeling cross the barrier of shyness and become sound. Because when you start this way, something interesting happens. And that's our next topic. Second, the power of simple words. You take a breath and let it out. You're not looking for the perfect sentence. You're not building a long speech in your head. You just let that one word carrying your emotion escape. Maybe it's tired. Maybe it's excited. Maybe it's just yes with a real smile. The magic is that this simplicity often connects more than any complicated sentence. Even native speakers do this all the time. They don't need long sentences to show how they feel, and neither do you. When you allow yourself to use short, direct expressions, you free yourself from the pressure to speak beautifully and open space for the conversation to flow naturally. The important thing is that each word comes with presence, not fear. Let's practice now. Think about a real feeling you have at this moment. Close your eyes, find it, and say it in English. Even if it's just one word, say it out loud. Notice how, even when it's simple, it has weight. And in this simplicity, you'll find the base for the next step. Third, breaking the fear of mistakes. When you speak English, there's no guarantee everything will come out right. Honestly, that's a good thing. Because in those moments, you learn you can still keep the conversation going. A mistake doesn't mean you don't know English. It's proof you're trying. If your sentence comes out wrong, don't stop to say sorry 10 times. Breathe quickly, reorganize your thought, and keep talking. The goal is not to correct yourself like a teacher would. It's to keep the connection alive. The person listening doesn't want a perfect performance. They want to understand you. See mistakes as part of the path, not a wall. Every time you move past a mistake without going silent, your confidence grows. And that confidence, built inside imperfection, will change the way you speak in every future conversation. Fourth, instant connection. Sometimes understanding comes before translation. You speak, and from the other person's face, you see they understood your intention, even if they didn't catch every word. This happens because emotion crosses language. Your tone, your eyes, and your presence carry messages no grammar book can translate. When this happens, don't rush to fix or repeat. Let the moment follow its natural rhythm. That's when the conversation stops being about English and starts being about people. And when you recognize this kind of connection, you feel freer to speak. You see, you don't need to control every detail. The important thing is to keep your intention clear, and that opens space for you to take more risks in future conversations. Fifth, practicing in daily life. Don't wait for the perfect situation to speak English. Real practice starts when you bring the language into your normal routine. You wake up and see something beautiful outside? Say what you felt out loud. Got irritated in traffic? Say too. You don't need an audience or approval, only presence. The method is simple. Feel, think, speak. Don't change the order. First, notice the emotion even if it's small. Then find the words you can say now, not the ones you wish you knew. Finally, speak to yourself or to someone else. Repeat this cycle and you'll create habits no grammar book can give you. Don't underestimate small moments. Cooking, showering, waiting for the bus. All of it can be practice. The secret is not to let the thought die in your head. Let it out. The more your voice comes out without filters, the more natural you'll sound when talking to someone for real. Sixth, when the word doesn't come. Has this happened to you? The conversation is flowing and suddenly you stop because the word just disappears? It's not a disaster. It's just a pause. The difference is what you do in that pause. If you go silent, the tension grows. If you move, the conversation continues. At that moment, don't try to prove anything. Use gestures, draw in the air, or describe simply the thing you used to, or it's like when. The goal isn't to impress. It's to keep the contact alive. The person in front of you isn't waiting for perfection. They're waiting to understand you. The more you practice this improvisation, the more you'll see that fluency is also adaptation. It's not about having every word ready. It's about having tools so the dialogue doesn't die. And once you get this skill, it changes the way you enter any conversation. Seventh and last, tone and energy speak too. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. A simple, "I'm happy for you" can sound empty, or it can make the person truly feel your happiness. The difference is in your eyes, the pause before you speak, the rhythm you choose for the words. Start paying attention to this when you speak English. Hold eye contact for a second. Adjust your voice to match the feeling. Let pauses have space. You'll see that even short sentences can carry a full message when they're filled with meaning. Training this is simple. Choose a phrase you use often and say it in different ways. Warmer, calmer, firmer. Feel how the energy changes. In the end, it's not perfect grammar that creates connection, but the presence you put into each word. Now that you know fluency is also about feeling and speaking, ask yourself, how many times have you stayed silent because you thought you didn't know enough? What if, starting today, you stopped waiting for the perfect sentence and let emotion guide your words instead? Start practicing. In your next conversation, choose not to stay quiet. Use what you have now. Watch how people react. And most of all, notice how your confidence changes when you let yourself speak, even with mistakes. This isn't theory. It's real training. And it starts the next time you feel something. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep learning with me. Here you'll find real and practical ways to unlock your English, and maybe even unlock more than that. Now tell me, what's the first thing you'll say in English after today?